So hello everyone, this video is for showing you how the TIDAL platform works. TIDAL is a citizen-centric data management platform. So the main users are researchers and participants like citizens. And first I would like to show you the homepage of TIDAL. So it's very simple and clean. And what you need as a user, you need a solid account, which contains a web ID and your credentials. Okay, so first I would like to show you how to log in on TIDAL. So as a user, what you need is a valid solid account. So when you click login and then you select the providers, and I use in rep.net, so I just log in with my own account, and then I type in my username and password and then log in. And then you will see here is your web ID, which actually shows that, okay, TIDAL recognize your solid account. And then what I want to show you is how TIDAL fetch the data from your solid pod. So for instance, just give you an example, you can fetch all the information, all the triples from your solid pod, or you can just fetch the specific object. And now I want to show you, for example, in my solid pod, I have a private folder and I have this health records too, and I copy the link, which is the URI of this file, and you can see here the subject and predicates and then objects. Those are all fake data, they're not really real. And then I just type in the path to the file, and I want to say that this file is private, so only myself can see it. It's not public. So but you log in on TIDAL, so TIDAL had access to fetch those data. And please note that TIDAL is not storing those data, it just query those data and show you on TIDAL. So that's what you see, and all the subjects about basically me, the name of the subject in the file, and then the predicates and then the objects. Those are exactly the same as what you see here. So next I want to show you how to create a new file and add data to your solid pod. What you want to do is that you need to give a location to the new file. So for instance, mine is chang.inwrapped.net, and then I want to create, let's say, public file, and plus the new file name is create new test file and TTL, and then create, and you will see here it says new file blah blah is created. Okay, so let's check if the file is already there. So in the public, and then here is create new test file, which we just created. And then if we want to have new data which store in this file, we can say https schema.org, and then name is Chang. We can add it. So when you click this button, means that you can add it in your file, because you can have multiple. So for instance, family name is son, add it again, and then I can add those triples to my pod, and it will say your editing is successful. So and then if we go back and then look at the file, so you can see that here is the data elements we just added here. Yeah, so that was the editing, how you add the data. You can also change the value of the data. You do the same, you just change the value. So this is how you create and add data using TIDAL to your solid pod. So next I want to show you as a participants or citizens where they can see the published data request on TIDAL. So as you can see now, it is loading all the requests now, and these 3 are existing ones I created. And then for the ones that, like for instance, the first one, I do have all those data elements in my solid pot, so I could decide I decline or approve this request. If I don't have the data elements, I can just send a message to the researcher saying that how can I contribute to the research, how can I add my data in, something like that. And elements, they actually linked with data privacy vocabulary. So they all have a unique URI, let's say, and then those requested data are linked with bioportal ontologies, for instance, SNOMED-CT. So I use bioportal API, and if, let's say, I click on walking, and then the page will direct me to the ontology term of SNOMED-CT, and then to see, okay, what this walking means. So for participants, they can know what those elements means, and then, well, before they click approve or decline. So next, I want to show you, as a researcher, if you want to publish a new data request, how you can do it. So this is the form you can fill in. So for instance, here you can select the purpose of your research or purpose of your data collection. Let's say whatever, we can just select 1 or 2. You can both do it. You can do multiple selection. So here you need to give very detailed description of your purpose. And it's very important to communicate with people who don't know about your research. And then the category, personal data category, are also linked with data privacy vocabulary. So here I show you, this is the data privacy vocabulary, and each terms are described based on GDPR. Let's go back, and then you can just select few of them. And then here, the interesting thing is that you can search for elements that you are looking for. Like, for instance, you're looking for diabetes, and then this also connected with bioportal ontologies. So you get all the possible terms linked to diabetes. You can select the ones that you think the most reliable or most useful for you. So then you need to give a time when the request will expires, because based on GDPR, you need to have a reasonable time frame that you process personal data. So let's say 1, 2, 3, and then how many people you need. So only when the number of participants are more than you requested, you can start your analysis. Okay, and then we also give the data processing category. So what are you going to do on this data? Are you going to use the data, analyze the data, or are you going to copy the data or something like that? And then you can also choose the analysis model. So far, we only have simple analysis models, but in the future, we want to have more complicated ones. And also researchers can register their own analysis models on Docker image, as a Docker image. And then we will also encourage people to write the consequences of data processing and impact of the research, because we are asking individuals to join the research, and of course we should communicate with them what the consequence and what outcome and what impact this research is to attract more participants to join. So once you finish the whole form, then you can click publish. Then this form will be converted to RDF and then directly saved in your solid pot, as a researcher's solid pot, and in a public manner. So from here, I can see my request title file, which actually is 3 or I already created, and you saw them in the participant page. So that 3 data requests. So those data requests are stored in RDF format, and each of them has a URI, so unique ID. So you're welcome to read our paper, which I will put it in the description, and all the comments are welcome. And thank you very much.